is Ben, Liam and Belle on Nova.
She's a warm one, 37 degrees. In fact, I've busted out a kit from my honeymoon.
I can see that.
Never thought I'd wear it in Melbourne.
Yeah,
What
it's
is
kind of
this,
like a towel.
Yeah,
It's a terry toweling collared
Yeah.
polo top.
Imagine like a Sri Lankan cricketer or something, like the top. Well, just like cricket white, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's very much
Yeah.
like you would wear it on holiday and in Melbourne on one day of the year. It's probably the hottest day of the year, which I don't know if it's going to get hotter than this year. This sort of feels like it.
Yeah. Well,
Do you reckon?
I think today is particularly bad for fires because it's hot and
It's
very
windy.
windy.
Yes.
I think we've already had a day that was 39. Today's top of 37. So it's going to be extremely hot. I don't know if it's going to be the hottest day we've had.
Yeah, and obviously, like you said, Ben, so extreme fire danger. So if you are on the outskirts, please be wary. Liam, we do have a meeting today with like the big bosses. I've noticed that you're both rocking shorts and Birkenstocks.
They probably think
They're relaxed.
Nova's
they're
in
comfortable,
safe hands,
They're comfortable in our presence.
Yeah.
Ben and Liam, they can take on anything.
See, I got dressed this morning and I was gonna wear Birks because of the weather, but then I was like, oh, we've got bosses
I
coming.
mean, you're
in,
wearing
so-
Nike shoes and a crop top. I wouldn't say you're looking like businesswoman of the year, to be fair.
Yeah, but I've
Do you know
closed
what I mean? You
off
don't look
my
like Janine
toes.
Ellis on Shark Tank this morning.
Well, that's weird because
We all look like we go to in high school, all right? Like we just look like we're hanging out at the
we
shops.
do, don't we?
We do a bit.
Hey,
Ben has an iron in his shirt. We're all
yeah,
good.
there's also a big stain on it.
Oh, there it is.
I think it's balsamic vinegar.
Well, hard to get out, so you can't blame the guy. 13, 24, 10. What do you do that's frowned upon? So maybe it's not like entirely illegal.
It's not illegal.
You know, like in Hangover, like, you know, on an aeroplane. It's just frowned upon. You know that line, Belle? You'll have to
No.
revisit the movie.
Yeah, I will.
I do something every week. I'm always going to the post office because my wife, online shopping, free returns, that whole shebang. So that job quite often falls on me after work. And the post office I go to is the Burnley post office. Very friendly in there, but it's just like it's terrible for parking. Like Burnley Street's pretty
Oh,
tight, and all the parks are always taken along there. But there is one spot reserved for the postie.
You're
So
not.
it's sort of there. It's a loading zone. It's very clear. It's got like red paint on the ground as well, and I think it's like right in front of
You're
the
parking in
red-
that park?
Well, I'm often running in. I'm going. No, I'm just guys. I'm
Yeah.
just running in. I'm running in. I'm going.
I'm basically a postie. I'm just here.
Well, basically, I'm doing someone else's delivery work. I go, here's the parcel. You scan that. Boom. It takes like 2 seconds.
Yeah, but if everyone does that, the
Yeah.
park would always be busy.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. So, like, I do it quite often. I haven't been stung yet. I know I'd cop an almighty bollocking if I did. And it's
Would you
it's
get
right
a fine
next to
though,
the.
or
Yeah.
is it just a
Yeah.
slap on the wrist?
You get a fine.
I also think it's not like I'm in a disabled park. Like, that would be bad. It's just Postie. Postie, most of the time he's delivering. There's only a small amount of the
Actually-
day that he's in that spot.
You know what? Speaking of doing things that are frowned upon and the
Mm.
handicap car park,
Yeah.
here at Nova, I won't name any names, but here at Nova, there is the disabled toilet. And there is somebody in this building that I have seen that isn't disabled that will use that toilet.
Whoa.
Because obviously they want the toilet all to themselves. So they'll use
That's bad.
they'll use the disabled toilet
That's bad.
even though they're not disabled. That's frowned upon,
Yeah.
but they still do it.
And Belle just likes her leg room. So, you know what I mean? You can't.
It's not me.
I didn't
wouldn't
name her.
do that.
I didn't
would
name
not
her.
do that.
Look, yeah, but so I know I'm doing the wrong thing, even though it's frowned upon. I don't think I would necessarily, like, the police aren't going to come and arrest me for parking in the Postman spot very quickly, but quite often when I do the cheeky park, I'll go in there, I'll run in, and then all of a sudden you'll have like a line of like 6 people and you're like, no, and you're in there stressing like you've got a bomb in your hand or something like that.
Yeah.
Because you
You've
know
done
you're doing the wrong
something
thing.
wrong.
There was a lady in front of me the other day, she was really sweet, but you know at the post office how you can, there's that money thing where you can send money
Oh,
like
no.
overseas.
Mm.
She was very sweet. She had no idea what she was doing. And she was like, I probably should have got involved and helped out. She looked almost 100, but she was like slowly taking coins out of her bag. And,
She was wiring money to someone?
yeah, and in my head I was like, move it, lady! I'm in the postman spot. I gotta move.
There's an app for that. Yeah, no, I was actually behind someone the other day, an old guy, poor guy, who was paying his bills there, and I was like, wow, like
Hey, some people still do that at the post office, and their staff, they're always friendly and they help.
How's this? Mick has given us a buzz. Mick, you are a postman.
I am. I drive one of the red vans for Australia Post.
Oh, no.
And
You sound like
I
Postman
have
Pat.
to say there's nothing worse than pulling in to collect from a post office and not being able to get your part.
I am so sorry, Mick. I'm terrified that this call has been put past. Put it this way. I'm sure there is nothing worse than when someone's in your spot. If you're sort of driving past, you're doing your run, and someone's just quickly, they got to run in quick. They got to, there's no parks around. Do you turn a blind eye? You kind of, do you get it or no?
If you're not going into the post office and it's not your collection point, it doesn't affect you. But when it is, and usually in most places, there's a lot of car park spaces for the general public, not for the one that's dedicated to the post van.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is happening. This is happening everywhere, though. Liam's
so-
not the only one.
And Mick his blood must be boiling because I'm like, it's not as bad as parking in a disabled spot. And he's like, I'm a postman. That is my spot.
Mick.
I'm going to say it's as bad as parking in a disabled spot when you're not disabled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, Mick, we appreciate you giving us a buzz this morning.
Postman Pat, Postman
Mick, there is.
Postman Pat.
It does. You do have a Postman Pat feel about you. Surely that's not the first time you've heard that, right?
No.
I'm sorry.
Mick.
I'm sorry, Mick. There was a real beat there where we could tell you must have felt a little bit defeated.
We are going to call you Pat, though.
No, Mick, I like you, and you know what? I'm definitely going to have you in the back of my head, and I'm going to think twice before I end up in that postman's special spot.
In
But
that spot.
yeah, Tom in Clifton Hill joins us now. Tom, what do you do?
Yeah, hey guys. I may or may not put my hand in the pick and mix at Coles when I do my shopping.
You grotty,
Gross.
grotty boy.
Gross.
No, you're supposed to. They have the shovels like right there.
Yeah.
And you never have one without a shovel because there's the cord, like
They're
the security cord. They're tethered. You have no excuse.
Are you going straight in your mouth, or are you putting it hand into bag?
Hand in the bag generally, but then if I'm feeling adventurous, I might put it straight into my mouth.
Oh, Tom, you got to use the tiny shovel
Bruh.
provided.
That's gross. I'm never using a pick and mix again. You know what? I've actually never used a pick and mix, if I'm being completely honest. But I'm not going to start. Linda in Donvale, you're doing something that's frowned upon.
If I go shopping to Kmart, I never show my receipt at the door.
Oh.
Why?
Well- My justification is, if they want me to do my own checkout, you've got to trust me. You don't trust me, you bring back the checkout.
Naughty, Linda.
I mean, to be honest, Linda, I think the longest anyone's ever actually looked at my receipt was 2 seconds.
It's definitely like, there's no
I think
effort
they look
there.
at you as a person more first.
Yes,
And then,
potential.
Good one, Linda. Thank you very much. Chelsea joins us now. Good morning. What are you doing that's frowned upon?
Hi. I drive to Richmond for work every day, and there's traffic banked up along Alexandra Ave for like 500 metres.
Yeah, I know.
But I jump in the left lane and duck in at the keep clear, like 20 metres out from the lights to make the right hand.
Cheeky. Yeah, I see you.
Mhm.
I see
Otherwise,
you.
I'm waiting like 20 minutes sometimes.
So annoying.
Yeah.
And
That's
obviously,
what everyone's supposed to do.
yeah, it's just frowned upon though. I think it's not like running red lights. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
illegal. I mean,
you might get done if you did it in front of a cop.
I will also say I don't really subscribe to bus lanes.
What do you mean? What
Like,
do you mean
you
you
know-
don't subscribe?
Doesn't subscribe.
I refuse to conform. I feel like if I were pulled over, I'd turn into one of those. What do they call those sovereign citizens? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, well, what are my rights? Yeah, like I don't know. The bus lanes, I feel like, you know how sometimes if you're turning left, like you got to get in there at some point. So I may as well get in
Might
it.
as well get in there 2
Yeah.
Ks before.
Yeah, 15
I
minutes
can't help
before.
that I'm organised, officer.
And also, if they tried to say, I'll go, I'm just turning left here, mate. Like, I
Yeah.
got it. What am I supposed to do? Cut that lane off. Holly, what are you doing that's frowned upon?
I pick my nose and eat it.
That's not frowned upon. That's just gross.
So what? I mean, it's just that sort of habit from the playground that you never kicked, or
Yeah, literally. And now my 3-year-old has started doing it, and my partner is so angry.
Yeah, you can't tell them not to.
No, because he goes, you do it. And like, I haven't been able to kick it.
Oh, Holly.
Man, it's
tough.
It reminds me of this.
Disgusting.
I don't know if you've seen this footage before, Holly, but the former German coach in the World Cup, Joachim Löw, he puts his hands in his pants, has a scratch. then sniffs, then picks his nose, then eats it. And they get it, dude, on the sidelines, and they got it all on slow-mo in 4K. Well worth a sus, Holly. So you're not the only one, you know?
We're just talking about what do you do that's frowned upon. I reckon we've got time for one more.
I knew this was coming.
One more, I reckon we can squeeze it on. Belle, what do you do that's frowned upon?
I told you something off air that's kind of similar to Liam's. Liam said that, well, you admitted that you were parking in the posties park at the post office. And I said, well, maybe a few weeks ago I parked in one of the pram spots.
Oh, my God.
But
that's worse.
No,
That's
there were
so much
heaps
worse.
of them. They were all empty and there were no normal spots.
Yeah,
And so I was like, well...
What if while you're in the shops, a bunch of families...
an influx of parents came in.
And they got their hands full. They're trying to get the pram out the back of the car. Belle, you didn't have kids. You didn't understand how hard it is.
Here.
You got
It was
the pram.
during school time.
You got kids, they're crying.
and
you're just selfish
Mate.
parking in the pram car park.
Like Liam said, I ran in and ran out, so it's all fine.
That's disgusting. I'm sorry on behalf of Belle Jackson, Melbourne.
What?
I'm sorry for her actions.
Ben, you would have done so much stuff that's frowned upon.
Oh, Belle, you watered down your opinion. You were having a go at mums off air. You were saying,
said
"Oh,
you
they
used
don't
to-
work that hard. They don't."
I never
It's
said
not.
that.
It's not that hard having a
never
baby.
said
That's
that.
what you said.
I never
you
said
did
that.
say that.
That is BS,
You did say that. You said it's not hard being a mum.
No, I never. When did I say that?
You said that. You said, and that's why you said you
that?
deliberately park in their car parks.
And
That is defamation. You can't
the worst
say
bit
that
is she
I said
says
that.
if she sees three together, she'll park a car across it. Just the maximum shotgun approach of annoying as many mums as possible.
Yeah, whatever.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Good morning, Stacey in South Morang. You keeping cool today?
I am.
Nice. All right, well, let's kick into this quiz. The AFL preseason started last night, and Collingwood beat Richmond. Who won the flag last year?
Collingwood?
It was, yeah, flag pies. Taylor Swift's dad has been accused of assaulting the paparazzi in Sydney. Can you name one celebrity gossip website?
Oh, no.
There's one that just posts crap all the time in Australia. That sort of comes to mind.
Is it City Mail or something?
City Mail?
I mean, I actually haven't heard of that, but I cannot confirm and or deny.
We'll get a quick Google there from Belle. Is there a thing called City Mail?
No, not for a gossip
No.
website. Sorry.
Sorry, Stacey.
Stace. Oh, thanks anyway. Chris joins us now in Barrett. Can you name a celebrity gossip sort of trashy website?
Yeah, TMZ.
TMZ's like the big one.
It's an interesting format, TMZ, as well, because they'll go and get the scoop, and then there's that guy, and they're sitting around in the bullpen. They're like, right, what have we got on this guy?
Yeah.
Like, he's crazy. He's like,
I remember those.
yeah, he's walking out of his house, and he's wearing this funny hat, and we got a photo of it, man.
And then they're all pitching headlines at him.
The videos
Yeah.
always start with the do.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, great.
Well done, Chris. Hey, it's the 28th of Feb today. What date is it tomorrow?
The 1st of March.
Ooh, bloody got you. You would have been right for the other 3 years, but it's a fourth year. It's a leap year, so.
Oh, Chris, sorry. 13 24 10. We've got phone lines free. 13 24 10 if you want to play.
What is the voucher we have to give away?
It's for make-out meals. So it's meal kits, but from restaurants that
All
you
right.
can make at home.
So 13 24 10. Give us a buzz. John, good morning. How you doing, John?
Oh, it's 6:10. Love it.
Johnny, do you know what date it is tomorrow? Today's the 28th.
It's the 29th.
It is. Hey, this is a bit sad. Sony have sacked 900 workers from their PlayStation division. What colour is the PS5 console?
It's white and black.
Yeah, it is. Sounds like you got one, John. What are you playing?
At the moment, Assassin's Creed.
Oh, Assassin's Creed.
yeah,
Which
okay.
one? I mean, they did the pirate one. There's the Renaissance one. There's all sorts. What are you playing?
Well, I didn't play Valhalla when I got it, so I'm playing that.
Oh, the
then I'm gonna
Viking
play
one.
Mirage, which is the next one.
Yeah, dope. Yeah, sweet.
Cool.
I dropped off around Assassin's Creed 3.
Have you seen with the new PlayStation, they're releasing the Pro very, very soon. It's exactly the same as the 5, Belle. It's just a little bit smaller and more powerful.
Classic, where they go,
Well,
we
they
could
also
make it
release-
better, but we'll release it as a default model, and
Yep.
then we'll make the better one later.
That's
to get
what.
more
So
money.
that's what PlayStation having their meeting going. The new console is smaller and more powerful, and our workforce is also going to be smaller and more powerful. 900 of you have just been sacked. Thanks for your time. Security will escort you out. Anyway, last question here, John. Jet are one of the headliners for the F1 GP this year. Can you finish these lyrics?
Before I let you get away,
I said, are you gonna be my girl?
Nice, John.
I like you, John.
Strong finish.
Yeah, that's really good. Hey, we're going to give you that $150 voucher, my friend. So dinner is sorted tonight.
You also get to choose the next song we play.
And John, are you feeling like a superstar today?
Or are you feeling more like a brown-eyed girl?
you my brown girl. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la?
What do you want to hear this morning, John? The choice is yours for winning the quiz.
My dad would kill me if I didn't play Brown Eyed Girl.
Yeah. As you said, your dad would kill you if Ben is now dad and he's going through his Van Morrison
That's a
phase.
great song.
No, it is. It's a great song.
a good
It's
song,
probably
but-
more of a Smooth FM number, but that's fine.
It's me.
Yeah, you are a brown-eyed girl. Bung-eyed girl.
My bung-eyed girl.
Yeah, if you haven't seen, Belle does have a bung eye.
You know what? No,
Sorry.
I can
It
hear you
was
doing
there.
a parody of this.
It was there, and I do feel a little song coming on after it as well. You are bung-eyed.
Hey, where did we go? Days when the rains came.
That was Van Morrison.
Yeah, Van the man. If you ever get the chance, go to the Irish Rock and Roll Museum in Dublin. It's basically just Van Morrison stuff, Thin Lizzy stuff, U2 stuff. That's pretty much. Oh, and Sinead O'Connor. That's pretty much it. They don't have much more than
They're pretty big names, though.
Yeah, some heavy hitters for sure. You don't get many Vans these days, do you? I think it's short for Ivan.
Oh, the name Van.
No.
I think it's if your name's Ivan, you could be called Van. I don't think anyone's called
Ivan.
Van.
Ivan.
There's Van Helsing,
Yes.
the vampire killer.
Yep. Played by Hugh Jackman.
Evan,
Mhm.
Vance.
Okay, so it's a few.
But it says sometimes, but it's actually just a name.
I've never met a Van.
I haven't either.
You don't get many Vans.
You don't get many
You don't
Vans.
you see Vans
Yeah.
on the road, but
Yep.
you don't meet many Vans.
13, 24, 10. Are you a Van?
Just throwing it out there, I would be very blown away if you're listening this morning, you go, guys, I'm a Van. Yeah, we would love to meet our first
Yeah.
Van. So
Yeah.
13, 24, 10.
We would throw the show out if a Van gave us a buzz on 13, 24, 10. Oh, this would be a nice moment to go, you're a Van. Yep.
Yeah, you like Van?
yeah.
You like Van Morrison? Did you enjoy that when we played
Yeah.
that this morning?
You could ask if it is short for something.
Yeah, okay.
The phones aren't lighting up, so we might not come back to this.
Yeah, I think that's the last we're going to hear of the Van chat. If you're saving up for your first car or you're in the market for a new one, maybe just hold out for a bit because for $17,000 at the end of this year, you could get the world's first foldable car.
Whoa.
So if it's parking can sometimes be a little hard, in the city, if you're like, oh, geez, can't get in anywhere, you just, wow, and you can transform and sort of like...
Hang on, is it like you carry it then? Or
No, it's
what?
not. It doesn't fold up to a little briefcase,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's 4.5 feet wide, so it's like 140 centimeters.
Oh, I'm looking at it now.
What?
When you are talking about a foldable car and you think Transformer, that's not how this looks.
Yes, it's not. Yeah,
This wouldn't be like a chick magnet.
no.
Does it look like a smart car?
It looks
Yeah,
like
it
a
looks-
lamer smart
It
car.
looks
than, yeah.
dweebier than a smart
lame-
car.
Yeah, right.
It's like it's fully electric and stuff, but yeah, it's not. Get out, in the Dark Knight when he's
Yeah.
like, and he like
Into the
half of the
motorbike, yeah.
Batmobile turns into a motorbike and he shoots off.
Yeah.
Think less
or like
that.
the Tesla truck to me. That's
Think
what it
less
would look
Tesla
like.
truck.
Okay.
Yeah. Think more. You know those bubble cars that toddlers have that they ride with their feet. Think that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Very
I
cool.
wouldn't be buying one if I was trying to, pick up.
No,
I don't think it's a yeah.
I'll pick you
Mate,
up
I
at
tell
6.
you what. I tell you what. I'd be getting into one of those before I get into a Commodore.
Why?
No, it's like I have a rule about I have a list of cars that if a guy picked me up in, I wouldn't.
And Commodore's
get in.
one of them.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I had a Commodore
geez.
growing up. I had a,
wouldn't get the
I had a Commodore U.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I had a Commodore U, and this is my first car, and it had the big R.M. Williams bullhorns on the back
Yeah,
You
windows.
didn't,
sick.
Ben.
Yeah.
that is cool.
Yeah.
So what? You've never been on a date where a guy's put 2 Macca's trays on the back of his car and done some doughies? in a car park.
Do I
haven't
look
lived.
like I've been on that
Oh.
date?
Must have been on
Nah.
some pretty boring dates then, I'd imagine.
I forgot as well with my ute, I had the R.M. Williams bullhorn sticker on the window, and I also had the big oversized mud flaps.
Yeah.
Ben!
The muddies.
What the hell?
I'm from the country. That's
yeah,
what I
but now
did.
you drive a brand new Hyundai, don't you?
Yeah, I've got a Hyundai Tucson.
How the tables have turned.
That's the family car, and then my commute car to work is a Kia Rio.
We sort of moved past it, but we were just talking about foldable cars there and how they're going to be a thing in the future. I
Yep.
mean, electric cars seems like crazy, but it's like, yeah, they're just everywhere on the roads now. And Belle, you sort of mentioned that there is certain cars that you wouldn't trust.
Yeah, you said you had a list of cars that if a guy owned one of those cars, you wouldn't date them.
Yeah.
Now
Was that more like a figure of speech, or do you actually have like a list in your phone?
No,
of, like,
well, not like in my phone, but in my head.
Because you said Commodore was the first one that comes to
It
mind.
feels like a bit of a slap in the face because that's just an honest
Yeah.
car. I mean, it's a
No,
powerful Australian
no.
vehicle.
No,
So-
because the thing with these cars is it comes with the same type of guy every time.
Right.
And
So,
any
Belle-
Commodore or any Holden that you say to me, oh, it's worth heaps now because Holden have gone overseas or whatever, I'm sorry, but your disgusting,
Whoa.
sun-damaged Commodore is not worth
Whoa.
anything. And don't tell me
No,
that
I
it
know,
is.
hang on
I
now,
know
hang on.
so many guys who drive Commodores.
There'd be, just my mates alone would just be very upset with
Yeah.
that.
Now,
That
Belle,
is
you're
gross.
taken.
Yeah.
You're taken. But for people driving this morning, if you're single and you drive a Commodore, sorry. If Belle was single, you're not her guy.
Could we actually just get out of interest 13, 24, 10? We do have prizes up for grabs. If you are a single man
Yeah.
and you're sort of like, what's the problem? Why?
If you want to defend
Mate,
the
if you
Commodore,
wanna defend
no,
your car,
no. I was more
sure.
thinking like if you were single, you'd call up and then we find out what car you're driving, and Belle would say if that's a passable car to pick someone up in a date in or not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's just
okay.
like,
Yeah.
so you're single and you're picking people up for dates, and maybe I don't know. I'd like to know
Yep.
if you're single. We want to know what car you drive. So 13, 24, 10.
yep, give us a buzz. Belle will decide whether or not it's an acceptable car.
Phil in Geelong, you're a single man. What are you driving?
Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
Okay, so Phil, like a little hatchback?
Yep.
Yeah, that's I mean, can I say it's a feminine car? Because it is. That's a girl
Sorry,
Sorry, Phil.
You don't get a second date, mate.
Brutal. It's good for fuel, though, right?
Depends what year it
Well,
is.
it's like a small. Yeah, okay, whatever. Eb in Werribee, what do you drive?
I drive a VN wagon Commodore.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
stockies,
But
stockies,
hang
Ebony.
on. Yeah, see, then it's kind of cool, I guess, for a girl to be driving it.
It's
All
a
right.
column shift 6-seater.
Oh,
so it's pretty cool.
6-seater?
Yeah.
Oh, do you have the ones in the boot?
Yeah, I've got dicky seats in the back.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
yeah. What year are we talking?
1991.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, all right.
That's
You
cool.
get a second date.
Yeah,
Jeez,
yeah.
Eb, you're on.
Like you're not, leaning out of the window whistling at people. So.
Well, how do you know? Chris in Berwick, tell us what you drive.
I have a 2023 Tucson. It's a Hyundai.
Are you a dad,
So
Chris?
it's, yes.
Are you
I am.
taken though?
Depends.
Depends.
Spacious,
Sure.
spacious car.
Yeah, Bill, how do you feel
It
about a
has-
modern car? Like a family-friendly
Hey.
Tucson.
Yeah, sure, you can put the kid seat in the back, and then that's fine. Yeah.
Wow.
Sure, let's do that.
Second date for Chris. Second date.
Chris is happy to put his wedding ring in the
Glove box.
glove box in the Tucson. We have H here from Craigburn, joins us now. Tell us, what do you drive?
Oh, I've got a 2016 VF GTSR. Yes.
What is
yes.
that?
It's a VF Commodore.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a Commodore. Well, this Commodore's running about 800 horsepower.
Let's go.
Okay, it's worth about $300,000.
Oh, is it? You know what?
Yeah,
H?
hey.
The sad thing
Yes.
is, you tell me that it's not. It's a Holden.
No,
right? So
mate,
just-
it would be.
No,
it
it
was-
doesn't. It doesn't work like
And
that.
don't
It
tell
doesn't
me
work
that
like
it is.
that.
Yeah, it does
No,
work
no.
like that because it's
No,
a
no, no.
Holden.
I don't know if you guys know LMCT Plus. They gave away a $1 million VF Maloo W1.
Yeah, because you guys say it's worth that much and you make it worth it. It's not.
No, that's actually not. On the auction, it actually went for $1 million.
I'd rather have a Maserati.
H,
Like,
does it it
Why
go
would you
like
pay
the
that much?
absolute clappers or
Yeah,
what?
does it go?
Oh, mate, everyone looks at it. I don't know what. Everybody looks at it. All the bills, everyone looks at that car, mate.
Yeah,
I've
that's
got,
sick.
I've got my Skyline R33 as well, running about 100 horsepower. Not many people look at that. They love the VF Maluma, the VF GTSR, but they love that car.
Everyone's looking at you, H, but no one is. You think
No, they look at me like, wow, what is that? That's how they look.
What a man.
I love it.
I hate that from the guys that look out the window like, sub baby. I'm like, no.
So what are you saying?
Yeah, that's what I have to get the windows tinted. That's how much they look at it. Yeah. No, I don't want them looking at me, to be honest.
H, thank you very much for giving us a buzz. We really appreciate it. Isn't it funny when you talk about like guys with nice cars and like whatever your definition of nice is? But that's what I imagine. Is H.
Yeah.
That's exactly. And like, bless you for calling in, but like, no.
It's like when the letters start coming out, like the GSVR 967. I'm like, I don't know what this means, but I'm like, I love the passion there for it. You know. Yeah.
300,000 homes here in Melbourne are having to be stopped being built because of a lizard.
Godzilla, is it?
No. Out in Bacchus Marsh, they're building 310,000 brand new homes in a new estate. But what's happened is they've started laying the land and turning everything over and digging, and they've run across what they believed was extinct Victorian grassland earless dragon. And will I say, Mother Nature always wins.
So is it like...
I don't think Mother Nature always wins, Belle.
Is it we're literally smashing Mother
We are
Nature in the face right now.
We are
Nature
destroying
will
it.
always come through.
If the world was a UFC ring, humans are literally have got
Pummeling
Mother
it.
Nature in
Yeah.
an armbar.
Like the
and
government is the ref, like intervening.
literally,
going, like, you've got to stop.
like we've got to stop these greenhouse emissions, like global warming, and like Mother Nature's like tapping, and like human nature's like, nah, man, we're gonna literally kill you in the next 100 years.
It's awful. It's horrible. Yes, it's not something to laugh about. It's awful.
Well, you don't laugh, you
but
cry.
now
But,
this lovely, beautiful, tiny little lizard that hasn't been seen for 50 years popped its head out, and now everything's had to be stopped. So there's 310,000 homes.
Could you imagine being like, because obviously there's a lot of money, 310,000 homes.
That's like an unfathomable. We're talking like billions of dollars.
Yeah,
there,
there's a lot of people obviously who will be like out of a home for a while because of this. People who have probably ordered packages of land. The person at the top of the chain who is doing all the building, the one who profit from this.
The right at the tippy top.
Could you imagine how angry that person would be at this lizard?
Yeah, old mate's alive though.
I reckon if that
We're
person
here.
was there,
He's here.
I reckon if that person was
Popped his head
there,
up.
I
He's
reckon he
here.
would have stepped on the lizard. I reckon he would have stepped on it and buried it.
That's
Imagine that call coming through, like Tony. You know,
Hey, mate, how's it going,
billions
man?
of dollars you invested. It's all off.
Hey?
They found a Victorian grassland earless dragon. A what? A Victorian grassland? A what? How big is it? Oh, it's like 6 centimeters, but they think it's been extinct. Well, make it extinct. I don't care. Do you know how much money I put into this thing? This has to work.
I'll come down there and kill it myself.
Like, it's like obviously great are things like not extinct, but you can just it's I suppose if anything it's funny because it's like rich people would be like absolutely furious about this whole thing.
That lizard made a lot of enemies that day.
Oh, dude, that lizard, yeah. If you've just poked your head out for the first time in like 50 years, you've put a $310,000 a 310,000 home. So yeah, it's
billions.
A $1 billion bounty on your head. Probably not the smartest move from the Victorian grassland earless dragon. That's for sure. Probably days numbered, I would imagine.
I'd go back into your hole if I was you, lizard.
Ben, you've got your key.
Mm-hmm.
Belle, you've got yours.
Yep.
Oh, I've got mine. Let's all turn them at the same time and open up the forbidden folder. This is where we keep all the ideas that we've said, because they're a bit taboo, not quite right. So yeah, maybe if you've got sensitive ears in the car, not the one
Most
for you.
of the time, we'll sit down and go, this is a good idea, we should do this, but the boss will say, you can't do that on the radio. But then we just sneakily do it in the forbidden folder.
And it's all good.
We can get away with it.
13-24-10. Were you approached for a threesome? Like, it was like that old thing where, someone comes up and they say, hey, me and my husband like your vibe.
You hear about it.
What do you think?
In
What
the
do you think?
movies.
And whether you accepted or declined, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. You can remain anonymous as well. Like, I understand it's a bit of a weird one. So 13-24-10. Were you approached for a threesome? This comes after the Pink concert on the weekend. So in Melbourne, she played this huge show, and Pink was left speechless because someone had a sign at the front that said, "You, me, and Kerry, threesome?" ? Kerry's her husband, Pink's husband, who's like a crusty demon or a Nitro Circus or one of those things. He's like an extreme sports guy with the tattoos, and so she obviously, well, I mean, we assumed she said no. She said she was left speechless.
I don't know. Pink seems like...
Yeah, I mean, she does some crazy stuff. I mean, we've seen it flying all around the stadium.
And speechless doesn't have to be a bad thing. You could be speechless by great things.
So
be
blown away.
Who knows?
Yeah, so someone's put it out there.
She's had her party days,
I think Pink would have. Yeah, Pink's. She would have lived. She's lived a life. I think we can all say that for sure. She's been around. She's been around for a long time.
Were you approached for a threesome? 13 24 10.
If you give us a buzz on 13 24 10, we've got 6 bottles of wine to give you, a box of wine from Zonzo Estate.
And even if, you didn't go through with it, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, we'd still love to hear the story.
I feel like you'd be rocked. Like if you're out in public and then that proposition was thrown at you, just like, what's happened there?
Yeah. All right, 13 24 10. That's our number. If you want to give us a buzz and share, you can remain anonymous if you'd like.
Hayden in Lilydale, did someone approach you?
Yeah, I was approached for a threesome when I was in London about 5 years ago. When I was at a pub night. I was there by myself visiting my dad who lives there, and it was karaoke night, so I just finished doing Mr. Brightside.
Nice.
And,
so you think it was from that? Like the performance was at such a high level that a couple threw themselves at you?
Yeah, well, pretty much. So I had these two girls... asked me for a threesome, but I was
Whoa. You had 2 girls approach you, Hayden?
Yes. I was. The only problem was I was in a relationship back home, so no, I didn't follow through with it. But
good
then
man.
I found out, we broke up a couple of years after that. But
and you went back to the pub looking for them.
I'm back.
Give me the mic. Trying to summon them back.
There's a girl like Eliza and another one called Sally. They were here 4 years ago. Did they come in often? Or we've got no idea what you're talking about, sir. Hayden, I mean, I don't know.
I was like, I regret it.
Yeah, well, of course you would in hindsight.
Quite flattering, though.
Could you maybe give us a couple of bars of Mr. Brightside, and then we could all decide whether we would want to be in a foursome with you?
What?
Do you know what? I couldn't even remember the lyrics.
Okay, that's fine.
You've got me starstruck now. I can't do it.
Oh, well, it's probably not worth dissolving all our marriages and that sort of stuff for anyway. Susie in Carlton joins us now. Were you approached for a bit of a threesome?
Yes, so I was at a party and 2 guys approached me, and a few drinks later kind of went through with it. But the worst thing was it was a work colleague's party, and then they told her. So then it was very awkward at work.
Who were they? Were they friends, like the 2 guys? Who were they?
Yeah, so they were friends of hers. It was like her 30th party, and so... Yeah, they were friends, so they kissed and told.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming a little bit more than that, Susie. Yeah. Isn't it funny, like I know, but the first story I'm like, whoa, 2 chicks, crazy, nice.
Yeah.
And then she's like, 2 guys came up to me. I was like, whoa, that's coming on a little strong there. They're like, hey, you, me, my friend, my mate, what do you reckon?
Liam, that's the double standard, though.
I know. Yeah.
That's the double standard. People
that's what
are like,
that's what he's acknowledging.
Totally, but it's like, 2 girls, yeah, they'll do it. 2 guys, no. Like, it's so rare to find 2 guys that would do it.
So Belle's saying you're pro 2 guys approaching a girl at a party?
If everyone's consenting, why not?
Absolutely. Rick joins us now in Montrose. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning.
Hit us. Were you approached for a threesome?
A bit more than a threesome. It was actually a 3-way relationship for about 9 months.
Oh, geez.
Oh, wow.
The whole shooting match. Okay, and so this already established couple sort of said, hey, Rick, we like your style. You want to join this thing?
So, long story short, I had a longer-term partner that I'd split with quite a few months prior. No disrespect to the girl, but had a bit of a clinger a few months later. And, that was a weird hate relationship between those two, and then it sort of became a bit love-hate when, I couldn't get a hold of me, so they'd contact each other, and next minute I'm on the way back from work and proposition to say I think it'd work if we invited somebody else, or, her into the relationship.
Yeah, right.
So the two girls, and then they both wanted you, so they said, well, why don't we all just, if you can't beat them, join them?
Yeah, pretty much. Definitely had its pros and cons. Bit awkward going out in public and, they're both wearing the same clothes. And, going out for dinner was a bit more expensive, but, definitely had its perks.
Were they wearing the same clothes because it'd be like, awkward, same clothes, or did they do that on purpose?
They did it on purpose, a bit of a gimmick.
Wow.
Wow.
So, Rick,
Rick.
Our first caller, very good performer, had a lot of stage prowess, could really do a Brandon Flowers and nail Killer's Mr. Brightside. That's how he ended up in this situation. What do you put it down to, Rick? Obviously, a bit of a ladies' man. You've got two people wanting you so bad. I mean, what would you put it down to?
Oh, it could go either way, yeah. I'll take the compliment, and, pretty confident in myself, but, I don't know how to answer that politically correctly. One thing led to another.
Yeah.
And so because you said 9 months you were together, to break it off, did you break up with both of them at the same time?
No. Obviously, with 9 months or something like that, and not going the ins and outs of, there being an odd number of days during the week and, an even number of days during the week I have to sleep in one bed and stuff, but I'd definitely had some complications, and, it's inevitable that, you're going to end up closer with one than the other. And,
so you ended up with one, not the other. Interesting.
So, there you go. You did a bit of a rose ceremony in the lounge room.
Can you please return your doubles outfit?
Osher Gunsberg comes in, you're crying.
Rick, thank you very much. I thought we were finished with the Forbidden Folder, but there is one more caller, and they're going by anonymous, which is always very exciting.
Yeah, after Pink was propositioned for a threesome in Melbourne, that's the question we're asking. Were you approached? Anonymous in Keilor, what happened to you?
It was a New Year's party. My girlfriend at the time, we'd gone out with a friend we've known for a while. And I know her through a friend, and we've done a lot of activities like sports and going out to karaoke and all that. It was just one New Year's Eve party where she had a few too many to drink, she believed she wasn't, and she was basically asking us for a threesome.
Wow. So asking you and your partner at the time. We haven't had that combo yet.
Yeah, so, Anon, I suppose the question is, did you go through with it and bring in the new year?
Well, I looked at my girlfriend because she was more looking at my girlfriend than me. So I looked at her. She just gave me those glaring eyes like, no, what the hell are you thinking? And she's like, well, I actually just dropped her off. So she was looking at me and she's like, you better not call.
Yeah.
So that's why I've gone anonymous.
Yeah. Okay. Whoops.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
She just asked you now, don't call up, and you've called up. That is amazing.
He's like, well, you didn't get to do it, so he's got to tell someone that it happened. Guys, I swear to God, man, I swear she said.
Yeah.
She said, so obviously you did the right thing because your partner wasn't into it, but did you put up a bit of a convincing argument on the night? Did you go through your debating points and sort of try and get it across the line?
I did speak to her about it later, and she did think about it. She was thinking maybe we should have tried it. But in the end, it's like, she just said it's never going to happen. I'm not going to go that way.
Yeah. All right. Some people are into it, some people aren't.
Yeah, that's fine, Anon. Well, hey, look, we believe you, and your word's been out there now, so it's like, hey, it doesn't matter whether you did it or not. It's sort of, it's just that you were asked in the first place.
And also, for defying your partner's wishes and calling up, we're going to reward you with 6 bottles of wine from Zonzo Estate.
Thank you so much.
No worries, mate. Enjoy a perfect drop from the heart of the Yarra Valley.
Maybe you can invite that friend over for that wine. You never know.
No.
Second time's a charm.
Did we see that the lineup has dropped for the F1? Pretty exciting. The musical acts that are going to be performing.
Oh, nice.
Oh, the Grand Prix.
Yes, there's some massive names. Kicking things off, we got Amy Shark. I feel like Amy would be into the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's from the Gold Coast. They got the Gold Coast
Is that why? Yeah, is that
500
why
up there. They got something up there, like a Clipsal type thing. Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, no, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. It's called the yeah, I forgot what it's called. But
Yeah, they got one, though.
They got one.
Yeah.
I know they got one.
If you want to turn things up just a little bit, you go to the presets.
Yeah, that's good.
So many hits.
You make me crazy when you.
And if the presets don't get you going, what about Jet?
Big black boots, long brown hair. She's so sweet with her get back stare. Well, I
Just a lot of Australian chart toppers. They got a few slow ones as well, Jet, you know? Yeah.
Look what you've done. You've made
Yeah, says that's coming fast.
Take your photo of the one.
Okay, I was going to say turn the cars down, but yeah, you can't do that on the day.
You
So
can't.
hopefully you can hear them.
They've also got this hit.
Hey, roll over DJ. You're spinning away. I'm right
A lot of hits from the iPod sort of era, Jet.
Yep.
Yeah, they had an iPod ad, I think. It was.
I think they might have actually
Yeah,
been.
that's why it goes hand in hand.
But has the possibility to outshine them all.
Nothing lasts forever, but you can try.
Vanessa's going to be there. Vanessa Amorosi.
Everyone you see, everyone you know is gonna shine. Can you sing a little louder, Vanessa? We can't hear.
She's also got tons of hits.
Good lineup, isn't it? It's kind of cool. It's just around the corner. So we've sort of I feel like we just got out of the tennis, then it was the whole Taylor thing, and now it's like Grand Prix.
Yeah, kicking off 21st of March to Sunday, 24th of March.
Do yourself a favour today, if you're around a computer or your phone, and Google the Willy Wonka experience that's opened in Glasgow, in Scotland. The police were called because it's so bad. Literally, there was kids crying and they called the police because they were like, this is fraudulent. You've taken our money and you have given us nothing.
We were talking about it this morning, and now Liam's been on his phone, just you can't stop looking at the photos.
So funny.
Because they sold it as, if you picture the chocolate factory, that's what they sold it as.
Apparently, they used AI to generate these images of a wonderful chocolate land, and it looks extraordinary on all the promo photos. And then you get there, and it's an empty warehouse with a couple of pictures on the wall.
And honestly, they've got tarps with magical stuff on it, but the tarp isn't big enough to fill the wall. Do you know what I mean? So it's like a giant white brick wall with a little tarp that barely fits the space of like a human standing up. And given most of the children died in the actual Willy Wonka factory, Augustus Gloop was... well, I don't know what happened. He fell into that chocolate river and we saw him go up that pipe. I think those children would have had a better time than these poor Scottish kids who had to go sit. There's just trestle tables lined up with
Things are made out of cardboard.
My
it's
favorite
so bad.
photo is the woman who's a normal sized woman. She's dressed up as an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
And I guess she's serving the candy and the chocolate, but she looks over it.
You mean Jenny Fogarty? Yeah, she's also suing because she was given 1 day to learn a 12-page script. And you look at the tunnel, man. Look at that tunnel. This is so bad. Honestly, that's the tunnel from the movie. Look at it. It's like if you and your friends just got together in the school holidays and you're like, let's make a Willy Wonka world. And it's like if you have kids with cardboard and you're like, well done, guys. You've actually made that look really good. But when this is an actual exhibition, which they're charging £35 for, which is not cheap, mind you, these people are getting absolutely scammed. Look at it. The Willy Wonka exhibition in Scotland. It's the best.
Give
it a Google.
I would love to get Jenny on the show, the Oompa Loompa.
Oh, and just go, how bad was it? So, and they've actually come out now and said, yeah, no, we were having everyone on. It didn't live up to our expectations either. They've said we're devastated with how it's turned out and understand people's anger and frustration. Why did you open it? There's one part with a jumpy castle in a giant empty hangar, and everything else is just empty around it.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.